Central bank digital currencies are being rolled out in countries world over. But given it's still early days in the development of crypto tech, most are looking to follow someone else's lead. Let's have a look at the 5 most advanced nations with CBDC projects and find out why this is an appealing pursuit for central banks. First, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for regular crypto news updates, and let's get into it. So let's start with the definition. A central bank digital currency is essentially an extension of the traditional central banking financial infrastructure into an internet-first digital currency. Retail banks use the internet to send money at the moment, but it's mostly the digital equivalent of money that is printed through the central bank traditional system. A CBDC would be an internet-first currency that is centralized and has the ability to be printed and directly distributed to banks and customers through the central bank. So it's like a cryptocurrency in that it's internet-first, but it's unlike them because the infrastructure is centralized. It's not person-to-person like on the blockchain. Why do central banks want to pursue CBDCs? Well, many speculate that Facebook's announcement of their Libra digital currency was the catalyst event that made central banks around the world think about pursuing this tech. They weren't about to be cut out of the economy by big tech. Recently, Facebook's Libra project was cancelled, but the CBDC movement has now well and truly kicked off. Here are some of the benefits of CBDCs for central banks. In nations that have better internet services than the traditional banking system, they could be used for financial inclusion for people that don't already have access to the banking system. A good example of this is in Kenya. They use the M-Pesa mobile credit system that is better than their banking system, and that's actually spread to other countries. It's been really successful with their population. CBDCs offer central banks an enhanced ability to track and monitor transactions. This could be seen as useful for detecting and preventing financial crimes such as money laundering and terrorist financing. They also have the potential to improve the efficiency of the country's payment systems by reducing transaction costs and processing time. And here are some of the risks. We do need to be careful with central bank digital currencies because they could pose a risk to the financial system if they're not designed properly. There are also more internet security risks posed by CBDCs. Being internet first, there are more attack vectors from the wide open internet available. So here are the top 5 countries with the most advanced CBDC projects. The People's Bank of China has been actively researching and testing a digital version of its currency, the yuan, since 2014. In 2020, the bank launched a pilot program for its digital yuan in several cities, including Shenzhen and Chengdu. The Chinese government has also been testing the use of the digital yuan for international transactions. In January of 2023, they released a new feature in the wallet app of the Chinese CBDC to allow users to send money in an electronic version of the traditional red packets that they use on New Year's to try to attract new users. There's going to be a difficulty in getting the citizens to use a technology that essentially does the same thing as regular digital currency. Initiatives like these are used to reduce the friction. Similarly, another initiative they have launched recently is a government-sanctioned NFT marketplace. Clearly, China wants their version of crypto adoption to be strongly guarded in their walled garden, similar to the way that they use the internet now. The Swedish central bank, the Riksbank, has been studying the possibility of issuing a digital version of the krona since the mid-2010s, one of the most advanced explorations undertaken by a major economy. In 2020, the Riksbank launched a pilot program for its e-krona in the city of Gothenburg. Little has been announced on what the shape of the virtual currency will be, but Riksbank has made it clear that its digital money cannot be categorized as a crypto asset, as it has a state, a trusted actor, an issuer, and the state guarantees the value of the means of payment. Very interesting distinction there. If you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe for regular crypto news content. The Central Bank of the Bahamas launched a CBDC called the Sand Dollar on the 21st of October 2020. The Sand Dollar is the first CBDC to be launched in a sovereign nation as being used to facilitate transactions in the Bahamas. The Sand Dollar is intended to complement rather than replace physical cash and is being used to facilitate digital payments between individuals and businesses. According to Sand Dollar's white paper, the CBDC uses a blockchain. In this case, it's the digital ledger, even though it's centrally controlled and minted. This stems from the root issue: we want blockchain technology, but we don't want the volatile, decentralized cryptocurrencies. The Central Bank of Uruguay launched a CBDC called the e-Peso in December 2020. They were the first country to launch a large-scale CBDC pilot program in November of 2017. Once again, the e-Peso is intended to complement rather than replace their physical cash, and it's been used to facilitate transactions in the country. The National Bank of Cambodia launched a CBDC called Project Bekong in November of 2020. Project Bekong is being used to facilitate digital payments and is intended to increase financial inclusion in the country. It is the first CBDC to be launched in Southeast Asia and is based on a distributed ledger technology platform. So not blockchain technology, but a distributed ledger, centrally organized. The CBDC is intended to be used as a means of payment and as a settlement asset, and it will be available to the general public as well as financial institutions. The Central Bank of Cambodia plans to initially roll out the CBDC for use in pilot projects and gradually expand its usage over time. Project Bekong is a significant development in the world of digital currency, and it represents the Central Bank of Cambodia's efforts to modernize the country's payment system. The CBDC will be issued and backed by the central bank, and it will be designed to be used in conjunction with the country's existing fiat currency, the Cambodian riel. So according to CBDCtracker.org, there are over 100 countries researching CBDCs, which represents more than 95% of the world's economy. This may be early days, but it seems inevitable that the world is trending this way. Do you think the public will jump on board with CBDCs without friction, or are we on a one-way trip directly to cryptocurrencies? Leave a comment below, I'm keen to hear what you think. That's all for today, I'll see you next time for more crypto news.